And it's 2 o'clock, so that means it is time for Top 5 Tuesday. I am your host from Crate Insider. I'm Kate Dillon, and I have a fun show planned for us today. I always like to kick it off. Apparently, there's my little reminder that it's showtime with my alerts. Like I need to know on a Tuesday that I need to be here because I'm here every Tuesday almost every Tuesday, pretty darn close. Of course, I wasn't on Sunday. We normally have our Sunday show as well, but I was playing Pokemon Go. So if there are any other nerds in the audience that are playing Pokemon Go, just drop in a comment and let me know, like, what was your favorite legendary that you caught on raid day or whatever, or just tell me that you play Pokemon Go and I'm not alone here. But with today's show, let's kick things off. I love kicking things off with what we're going to give away. And our first thing is we've got from my friends at AFCO and Dynatech and ProShocks, I have a ProShocks t-shirt right here. So it's pretty cool. I love the style of this. This happens to be an adult small. So if you got a small, actually it's a pretty decent size small here. And it has ProShocks on the back. So just a really cool racing shirt here. And all you need to do is just drop in a comment. You can say hi. You can leave an emoji. You can ask a question, kind of whatever you want to do in the comments. If you're here live, then you get a chance to win one of our giveaways. Now, if you know what my sign said last week, because I always have my little sign right here. So if you know what my sign said last week, you can drop that in as a comment, and I have something else to give away. And I'm just going to rip open this bag. It's almost like I love unboxing videos. As anybody who watches this channel knows, I love unboxing videos. This happens to be one of our Refuse to Lose shirts right here. And this one happens to be a 3X. So if you know what my sign said last week, drop that as a comment, and you'll have a chance to win the Refuse to Lose t-shirt. See how those went together? I was inspired. In fact, it was like 155 and I didn't know what to put on the sign. And then I was like, oh, wait, I have these shirts. So I'll put that in there as the sign this week. It's not the first time, but you can recycle. If anybody has any sign ideas, please drop them in, because 3 lines with 10 characters at a spot gets pretty challenging after you've been doing that for 2 years. So if you've got sign ideas, drop those in as a comment, and we'll probably send you some kind of Crate Insider swag for dropping that in. But before we jump into I've got a new product. I have one that's back in stock, and of course our top 5. Before I do that, I'm going to drop in and say any questions or comments people have. I see Lily is here from Northern California. Lily, I hope you're staying safe with all of the fires that are going on in California. It's really sad to see. See, Lucas is here, and Mike and Scott from California as well. This probably plays at a better time because I think it's like 11 o'clock Pacific time for the show, whereas I'm 2 o'clock Eastern, which is such a weird time. When I originally started doing Top 5 Tuesday at 2 o'clock, it kind of went together, just the top and all the T's in there, but also I think I was trying to kind of hide, and I was scared, so I made it at a time where a lot of people wouldn't be there. And of course, now we've built the show over the course of time, and I've been doing this nearly every Tuesday since 2018. So this is the 4th year of Top 5 Tuesday. And I see Terry's here, and Brad is here as well. So with that, first of all, I want to show you a product that we're bringing back, that we've got back in stock. And this is the Wrench Boss. In fact, you can't see it. Just always depends on the angle in my office. What's really cool is my dad invented this, and I just think it's such a cool product. It's a wrench organizer, and this is I believe this is 28 wide by 20. So you want to make sure that you measure your toolbox, and then so you've got lots of choices. So first of all, you can choose red or black. You can choose whether you want standard or metric. And then you can also measure the inside of your toolbox, and you can decide how wide you want it. So this is the full size, the 28 by 20. And then you lose a section at a time right here, going down the list to make it smaller and smaller. So we have lots of options with that, and we have it back in stock, and this product runs $34.95. So you can pick that up now, the Wrench Boss. I've had a lot of folks, I just haven't been down to grab them, and so that's kind of what happened. I dropped the ball. So it's not my dad's fault. I dropped the ball, but here we go. We got Wrench Bosses back in stock. Now, I also have a new product to introduce to you today, and this is something been getting a lot of questions on. We do talk a little bit about brakes here and there, and we talk a lot about them in the Race Logic Chassis School. So you may have, if you're new to the show, you may not have heard of Race Logic, but I get involved with a chassis school where we film it and put the classes online. Of course, there's a live component as well, and we go through all these different categories that have to do with chassis. We've done a class for crate light models. We've done them for street stocks, the IMCA stock cars, and that's what we did in 2021. And with that, because we talk about all these different things, one question I've gotten several times actually is having people call me for brake fluid. So brake fluid really is an important component of your whole braking system and having the right stuff. I mean, especially with racing, we are definitely a lot harder on parts than you are going to be in, just like my Toyota Matrix that's outside. So it's not very hard on parts because it doesn't really have any horsepower, let alone being a high horsepower application. This isn't about my Matrix, but anyway, I decided to bring on some brake fluid, and so I picked up the AFCO. This is the HTX, and this is going to be a higher it's going to be a higher performance brake fluid that's really meant to be in a race car. And so I'm very excited to have this now, and it runs $22.99 for a can. So AFCO brake fluid, I'm really proud to bring this onto the line. Obviously been working with AFCO for several years and love all of their products. AFCO, Dynatech, Longacre, just the whole gamut, the whole group there. They do a wonderful job, and my friend Ben Baker, always love working with him. So those are my new products. And again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in to the comments here. See, we got Bubba here from South Mississippi. I've got Timothy from Virginia. Great. And we've got people all over the country that join in for the show. It is always so much fun. So with that, let's jump into the top 5. So in the number 5 spot this week, it's somewhere on my desk. Oh, here it is. And this was a product that we just added because, again, here at Crate Insider, we really want to serve our audience. So when I have a lot of people asking me for the same thing, it's like, okay, I'm going to hunt it down and find the right thing. We're going to do an unboxing. I was looking for my knife. But this happens to be the spark plug adapter for being able to, like when you're changing your valve springs and you need to pump air into your spark plug hole. I've got this right here. So it's the hose, and it comes with a couple of nozzles. You really only need one, but the one that works, but it comes as a kit. So this Moroso spark plug adapter kit with the air hose, this runs $42.54. So, and we've got these, of course, in stock. I just got another shipment of these in. I bought a few just to see how they would do, and now they're in the top 5. So here we are in the number 5 spot with the spark plug hose air hose kit. I guess is what it's called, and we've got that in the store. So $42.54, and we can pick that up. So if it's time for you to change valve springs, then that's a great tool to use if you don't have one already. Next up in the number 4 spot is from our friends at Jones Racing Products, and that is our rear-mounted power steering pump. In fact, I need to answer a question on the website. Somebody asked me a question where they said, what's the PSI of the power steering pump? And so I got a chance to talk to CJ Jones yesterday, and he was mentioning that every single one of their power steering pumps that leaves the factory, that they test them all, and they all have a tag that will show their exact PSI. But these tend to be approximately right around 1,300 PSI for your power steering fluid. And this is the rear mounted. So it comes with the bracket and the pulley and the power steering pump, and not just a belt, but an extra belt as well. And you can see that on the picture here. So I'm just going to shove that in front of the camera. There we go. So pretty cool kit, bell housing mounted kit, power steering pump, pulley, pump bracket, belt, and spare belt. And this whole kit runs $473.02. So $473.02 on the Jones. It's the 2004-PS. And we sell a lot of these. And they, like a lot of things this year, a lot of parts have been difficult to get. I'm sure we've all discovered that, and working hard to try to make sure my shelves are as full as they can be, and that we can, provide these things as quickly as possible. Obviously, that is in stock and right there in our store. Next up in the number 3 spot, I totally screwed up, and I need to do a screen share really quick here, but I have to get there. So if you'll bear with me just a moment, but we're going to talk about my friends from ProFab and my ProFab headers, which I will show you in just a moment here. Love our stainless steel headers, and I did get a shipment of those as well. So let me get that screen up, and love this program here as well. So I am going to share my screen and share screen, and there we go. Okay. There we go. So here we go. We've got our ProFab. I mean, they were new in 2020. I mean, they're all still brand new. Is our 604 dirt late model header set, stainless steel. And when we sell it with I like to call it the full meal deal. So you've got the headers, goes down to your collector, and you've got the anti-reversion muffler here and the clamps that you can see the clamp right there. My mouse is on it, where it's got a little tab on it so that you can use your header hangers and be able to, hang those back onto your chassis. Obviously, headers, anytime you're cantilevering something off of the engine and you've got the vibrations and everything else, just one quick tip is you definitely want to make sure that you're securing that. And, you don't want it to be too tight because you want to give it, that ability to bounce and vibrate and all of that. But you don't want to just hang it off of there and hope for the best. I mean, that's like having a roof with no support. So you definitely want to do that. I mean, they're strong and bolts are strong, but, definitely recommending that you stabilize your headers, or it's called something, and I can't think of the word right now. So yeah, there we go. And with that, the deal there we go. I'm back. All right, so I see some more folks are here. See, Brian's here, and Brandon and Rosa, and Rosa remembers what from being on the show. Yeah, sometimes I get inspired by like Unsealed. Maybe Steve said something a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, I'm using that for a sign. It's just enough letters. Again, if you guys have any suggestions on my sign, please, I run out of ideas sometimes. All right. Oh, I guess we got two more to go. So in the number 2 spot, I'm just going to roll right behind me. And it is going to be my 17-inch 4-blade race fan. We love our race fans. And this one is all put together, have bolts in it and everything. And why I say that is a lot of times on the show here, I'll take the hub and I'll, just kind of insert the different blades. So you can see that this can be a 2-blade fan. Obviously, this is a 4-blade. Or if you space these out evenly, you could have a 3-blade fan. You could have up to 6 blades. But honestly, 6-blade, we don't really use it in crates. It's just way more fan than what we need. Like 3 and 4 blade is really the go-to on these. And whether you want to go with the 15-inch, a 17-inch, a 19-inch, they're all the same price. So a 3-blade fan or 4-blade, because I'm looking at a 4-blade, is running $265. So $265 on the 4-blade. Since I mentioned the 3-blade, you could go to $217.50 with a 3-blade. And they're really simple to put together, really simple if you wanted to pull a blade. Let's say it's a little cooler and you're like, hey, don't need that 4th fan blade. You could take it off and do the reconfiguration and be ready to go. So really a wonderful product, something we're really proud to carry here, and have had nothing but great feedback on our race fans for sure. So definitely it's number 2 spot this week. Great product. Next up, okay, I'm going to see if there's any other questions before we jump into the top product and our giveaways. Okay, back on the shelf there. And let's see. So I'm going to see if there's any other questions or anything. I see Ted is here. And great. So with that, our top product this week is from our friends at Schaefer Oil. So clearly it's been that time of year where a lot of people are changing their oil. We love our Schaefer's 1030. This is a racing oil. So it's going to have, more of an additive package, more zinc in it. You definitely don't want to, you want to do an oil that's really meant for racing, because obviously we're a little bit harder on this stuff than what you can find for your regular passenger cars. So we definitely love our Schaefer's oil. And for this week, it's I guess $10.62 a quart, but our cases and our oil change kits, we do sell it 4 different ways. We sell it as a quart. So you can buy, if you just want 1 quart, you're going to pay a lot in shipping because, its shipping is gone up, whatever. You can get it by the case, or you can have one of our oil change kits. And one of our oil change kits has 7 quarts of oil and a Wix oil filter, Or we have a secondary type of kit that also adds our Daytona 1 XL1 engine treatment. And you can put that in here, and it's a great little booster for giving you a little bit extra horsepower, wonderful on your engine for binding to all those ferrous metals into your engine and creating a smoother, slicker surface. So I can say all those words together. So smoother, slicker surface. Yeah, so our Schaefer's oil today at 1062 a quart, and there we go. So I'm going to take a look. I've got Tori, amazing, awesome, incredible, hot assistant Tori helping out. I only left out one of her nicknames, which was Evil Assistant Tori. So there's that. I guess I didn't leave it out in the end. All right, so for our winners this week, my first one that for the Pro Shocks shirt right here, the cool Pro Shocks shirt, is Ted Hulbert. So Ted Hulbert, if you would, please send a Facebook message or a private message through our Facebook page and with your address, and we'll get this sent out to you. And for the person who knows what my sign said last week, this is going to Brandon Reynolds. So Brandon, if you would, please send Crate Insider a private message on Facebook with your address, and we'll get the Refuse to Lose shirt sent out to you. I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for being part of the show. And I will be back on Sunday for the Unsealed Show, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. On Facebook and YouTube. We'll be live then. And of course, I'll be back next Tuesday at 2 o'clock for Top 5 Tuesday. And I hope that you all have a fantastic week. Thanks so much for watching.